how should we respond to hurt when Tisha or Tasha does hurt us or a friend of ours? Because I think part of the problem is that we're surprised when it happens, but then secondly, when it does happen, we don't know how to respond to it. So what is the gospel approach to dealing with hurt?
Man, bro.
Bible's out.
Yeah, because I think the Bible gives us wisdom for this. In Matthew 18, verse 15, it says, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained a brother. That's actually very practical. Have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, I'll speak for myself. I'm the type, I've grown a lot with this, but I am the type that will meditate on offense to the degree that it will actually keep me quiet. I'll just keep thinking about it and processing and all the stuff, and I'm so ensnared by the offense that I don't move towards my brother in love, you know. And so I've learned, I haven't done this well, but I'm learning that I need to have conversations quicker so as to not let the offense settle in my heart, you know. He also says, when we go to verse 21, I've been saying this on Instagram a lot, chapter headings are distracting. They are, because it makes us feel as if what the writer is saying, like it'll say like the parable of the unforgiving servant in another chapter heading, when it's like, no, that's still a block of the same thing. I say that because Matthew 18 starts with if your brother sins against you, which I just read. But then under that, we have the parable of the unforgiving servant. Those aren't two different things. So obviously, Matthew is intentional of establishing if your brother sins against you, this is what you do, but also you must forgive. Verse 21, it says, then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me? That's a great question. And I forgive him. As many as 7 times? Jesus said to him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. I don't like that idea that the Christian faith means I need to forgive all the time. But then when you reflect on what God does in heaven, he's forgiving all the time, every day. And I remember feeling like, because last week I had to forgive some stuff, I had to reflect on the Lord. I was like, you're forgiving me every day. Every day. And I have the audacity and the arrogance and the lack of patience and compassion to think that there should be a cap on how much mercy I give. And so I think reflecting on the Lord's character and the gospel can actually not just convict us, that's not just the thing, but give us courage. Because if he forgives, if I have his spirit, I'm united with his son, then that means I have the power to do as he does. And here's the gag. I've been thinking about how I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I think we think looking like Christ is just like reading the Bible and knowing like Proverbs and being nice. And I'm like, man, the most Christ-like thing you could do is forgive people. That's the whole basis of the gospel. And that's been kind of shifting my brain in like the way I rank myself. Because I have a tendency, I can get caught up in feeling like, oh, you have a lot of insight. You must be mature. No, because you don't even forgive people quickly. So are you that mature? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can speak with the tongues of angels, but if you don't love, and it's like I'm seeing that I need to even reorder how I view my own maturity by virtue of if I'm quick to forgive or not. I don't know. So obviously, I'm just not that mature. That's basically what I'm trying to say.